Hi guys, so I wanted to make this quick video showing you how to extend your breath holds without practice, just using a few simple techniques. So when we do the Wim Hof method, you want to do this with the least amount of force. So you only want to get to a light to medium urge to breathe. And any more than that is too much. And there's a few factors involved in that. Mostly, it's the amount of gas exchange for the amount of energy that you use. So there's another factor, which is CO2 tolerance, but that takes some practice, and there's some things you can do to improve that in the long term. We're gonna focus on the short term for this video. So the first tip is to use the least amount of energy by lying down when you do your breath work, or if you want to sit up and do it, you find yourself something to lean against, so you get to the retention time, and then when you hold your breath, you can lean up against something, again, using the least amount of energy. You'll notice David Blain teaches a similar style of breath work that allows you to hold your breath for a long time. And one of the things that he does is when the people need to signal him, all he does is have them lift one finger as opposed to raising their hand, because he realizes that the least amount of movement you make conserves energy the best. The second tip is getting control of your heart rate. So throughout the round, we can be breathing pretty quickly, and that can raise our heart rate. So before you get to the end of the round, start to slow down, do some breaths in through the nose, and just consciously feel where your heart rate is and slowly start to bring it down. We've noticed that when using a heart monitor, when you start to feel good again and you're calm, your heart rate is still plateauing. So it takes some time, 30 seconds perhaps, in order to get your heart rate down. So it's a good practice to slow down a little bit and just start consciously bringing your heart rate down. The third tip is finding the neutral zone in your lung capacity there. So we breathe all the way in, you let go, right there. There's the neutral zone. You still have about 40% below. So you have to find that zone in your lungs where you have the least amount of air pressure or no air pressure at all. If you're taking big gulping breaths and you let go of that breath, a little bit of the momentum can drop you past the neutral zone. So when you get to your breath hold, take a little adjustments, a little sip in, a little sip out, find that place where you have the least amount of air pressure. And also realize that the posture that you're in, if you're sitting, you're laying down, if your spine's curled, all that is gonna change the neutral zone a little bit. So just being aware of that, that's gonna make a huge difference. The fourth tip, so mouth versus nose breathing, which should you use? Well, it really depends on how easily you can bring air in, what the type of airflow you have through your nose is. So nose breathing is great to calm yourself down. What I suggest is using a bit of both. So we use some mouth and chest breathing to really push the pace and get yourself into a sympathetic state, and then you use some nose and belly breathing and to bring yourself back down, to get your heart rate down. And that magic combination seems to be the best. The last tip is keeping your monkey mind busy. So when you get near the end of the retention, start counting. Doesn't matter, to an arbitrary number, count to 20, slowly count, and it just gives your mind something to do while keeping your urge to breathe to light to medium. So that's it. I hope these tips were useful for you, and if they are, let me know. I love to hear feedback. Otherwise, join one of our online classes or find me in California at one of the workshops, and I'll see you in the ice.